Not only are we converting this Ford Transit van into the ultimate stealth camper, we are also giving this 10-year-old workshop van a new lease of life, and we are making it beautiful again because it had a hard life. We even had a huge mechanical problem to solve. New clutch, new gearbox, £2,600 lighter. Ugh. But the van is finally starting to take shape and we are getting on with the fun stuff. So far we have cleaned, snow foamed, rust treated, painted the floor, insulated the floor, ply lined it and got our floor covering on. We even had time to sound deaden the inside of the van. I mean, look at this place. It's practically a finished camper van. Has there been hours of drinking tea and just staring at what I've done? Maybe. But today we are getting on the roof, cutting some big holes and fitting some cool new features for the van. And I've got a cheeky little hack for you today.
But not everything goes to plan when you're building a camper van on your driveway.
I just want to take a moment to say thank you to our new sponsors, Howdens Modified Van Insurance. Whether you're insuring a finished camper van or you're insuring a van conversion in progress, they will insure your van from the time you buy it to the time that it's a finished camper van. Give Howdens a call and mention a Buck Life and they will give you a great deal on your van insurance. I can personally recommend Howdens because both of our vans have always been insured with Howdens and currently are. So what are you waiting for? Give them a call. Back on the van build. Right, today we are on the roof. We are cutting big holes in the van. I've got the ultimate roof vent and skylight hack if you are fitting any of these to your van. I'm well happy with the van. I know there's a way to go, but you know when you just feel like you're getting somewhere. What are we fitting today? Let's go take a look. On the van build today, we have got a few tasty little modifications we are fitting. If you are fitting any roof fans or skylights to your camper van, you need this hack. Is it a hack? Definitely not a bodge, that's for sure. I have got a couple of things from North Devon Camper Vans that make fitting vents and roof lights an absolute breeze. And not only that, is they ensure you get the absolute best seal you can get, because nobody wants a leaky roof. We have got vent adapter number 1, and because we're going full stealth mode with no windows, we have got big boy skylight adapter. You may be wondering, why do I need these adapters? Well, whether you're converting a Ford Transit, a Crafter, a Boxer, a Sprinter, whatever it is, on the roof they've got profiles. So if you try and stick a flat shaped fan to your roof, there are going to be gaps, there's going to be ridges. The Transit is even more tricky because the roof actually curves. If we put them like that, we can actually see the profile of the Ford Transit shape is there. Proper good bits of kit. We use these on the Crafter. We haven't had one leak. I'll put a link for North Devon Camper Vans in the description. There's no kickback or anything. I just really rate these as a product. I can't see how you can get a good solid join without using something like this. Oh, I've gone a bit renegade. I haven't gone for a Maxx air fan. Instead, I've gone for a Nomadic Arc Air Plus for 2 reasons. Actually 3. 1, they're about £50 cheaper than a Maxx air fan. 2, they come with a brushless motor, which means they're supposed to be quieter than Maxx air fans. And 3, weirdly, this is what excites me the most, is they come with a built-in screen. I know it's the small things in life. And a light, to be fair. So they are fully specced out. The second thing we're installing is a skylight, a huge one. Literally the biggest skylight I could find that fit the Transit. Because we haven't got any windows, I need that light. It is a Vision Star disguised, for some reason, in a Royal Leisure tea table set. I don't know why it's in the wrong box. It arrived basically open on the door. It was insert picture of how it arrived. Yes! Big time skylight. Very much excited to be fitting these to the van. These are going to make a massive difference to the light. Job 1, we need to make some frames that go on the inside of the van For that, we are using some roofing battens. So we need one at 400 by 400, one at 700 by 500. I've just thought, because the roof of the Transit is curved, these adapters are curved. That means I'm gonna have to curve my wooden frames. Right, to screw these together, I'm going to be using one of these pocket hole jigs. These things, if you haven't got one yet and you're building a van, it's literally like the #1 tool you'll use. It just screws everything together without being able to see the screws. That goes on the wood like that. Clamp it in place. Comes with this special drill bit. And then you just drill these 2 holes. Pop that off. Gives you 2 nice little holes there. Do the other side. Yes. Do the other piece. 3, 2, 1. Done. These just then slot inside here. You then take this special screwdriver bit and these special screws you get and screw it together. Simples. Done. Does it fit over the fan? Yes. Nice. Right, 1 down, 1 to go. Exactly the same, but just a lot bigger. You don't need to see this. So, 3, 2, 1. Yes. Completed inner frames, but not completed because it suddenly dawned on me the roof is curved, which means the frames need to match the curve. New day and winter has most definitely arrived. We have transitioned to beanie hat season. I'm just test fitting these adapters onto the roof to see what they look like, see what the fit's like. And the fit is very, very nice, to be fair. Look at how it follows the profile. Really nice. But what I'm just struggling with, the adapter on the inside needs to fit that shape. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe there'll be a bit of movement in it. So just racking my brain. So that's the layout. Fan towards the front, massive skylight in the middle. That thing there, we need to get rid of that and plug that up, and I have got a piece of stainless steel for that. Having a bit of a problem trying to work out how the wooden frame is going to fit to the roof because the roof is curved. So what I'm trying to do, in fact, what I've done is on here I've marked the curve of the adapter and I'm going to try and cut that out. I had to disassemble the frame. Let's see how we go. I've got a feeling the inner frame I might bond to the roof without actually screwing it together because I think it's going to be too thin on one end, but we'll see. We're all learning together on this one. That is horrible. I am lucky enough to have a bandsaw, however, that cut is disgusting. I've got a really thin blade on there because me and little man were cutting out dinosaurs. I need to swap the blade. That is annoying. Although, to be fair, before we do that, this will be a pretty good test to see if this kind of fits the profile, if this is the right direction we need to be going in. And I think it is. Yes. It is, but it's going to need to be a bit thicker. Might have to layer that up with something. Let me get another blade on that bandsaw.
Changing the bandsaw blade just involves taking it off the bottom drive wheel and the top wheel as well, sliding it out and then fitting a new one in there. It's a little tricky.
Success! New blade. There's one of those jobs when you don't do it very often, it takes a while to work out. Let's try recutting this curve. If you don't have a bandsaw, which a lot of people don't, you could try cutting this either with a jigsaw or with an electric plane and just planing it down to that curve. That was my other idea for doing it. That is 1,000,000% better. Need to do another one of those. Done. Yes, 1, 2. Next problem. I feel like that is too thin to get a screw in. I've cut some extra strips. So that goes on there, that goes on there, and I think I'm going to bond those together. That just gives it enough to screw into on these points here. These plastic brackets don't feel ever so like strong.
We're just using some PVA glue here and some G-clamps to clamp up these two separate pieces of wood. That way my frame is going to be thick enough to get those screws in to hold the brackets. You'll see me make this mistake later, but I really should have screwed the frame back together and not glued it into the van in separate pieces.
Right, that's the large skylight frame sorted for now. So I feel like we're ready to cut the hole out for that. But on the smaller frame, there's just a little indent. So what I'm thinking is taking a little bit off these sides so the frame fits up into that space a little bit better. The question is, do we think we're going to get this done before we lose the light? I don't think so. Stressful. I have trimmed that edge down so it fits up into the ridges. I'm just going to curve this slightly with an electric planer. This is much harder than fitting vents on a crafter, and this is all because of the curvature of the roof. Sit reps there, broke a tool and didn't have any glasses on, could have lost an eye. Hit that with the planer, damaged the planer there, hectically damaged the planer there, but very happy with the results of this. I feel like this is the most over-engineered inner frame. We've got a curve on there and that should sit inside those bits. So, test fit, what do we think? It's good. It's good. Look at that. That's bang on, that. Yes, we can mark the roof out, get these vents installed. From the inside, I'm just marking out where I want this inner frame to sit, so it's in the right place and isn't fouling on, you know, anything like that. I'm gonna pilot a little hole so I know where I want the template from above. Now we can go on the roof. So my hole is there. Look how low the sunlight is. Pilot hole is there, so I know that this wants to be about there. I've given this a clean with some alcohol spray. Gonna mark this out. Right, so that's going there. This one just lines up with these ridges, but I just want to make sure it's the right distance from the edge. Double checked this. This is the hinge side, which is the front, so I guess it hinges up so it doesn't blow open. Jigsaw with a metal bit in there. I'll put a link in the description for all the stuff that I'm using. A couple of drill bits just to drill a few holes to get the bit through. Little things I've noticed doing the Transit compared to doing the Crafter. Just like drilling through then the skin of the van, it was a lot easier to drill through the Ford than it was the Transit. And the roof is definitely really saggy. No going back now. Yes, we have two massive holes in the van and the sun is rapidly going down. There we go, 1, 2, that was bad. That drops down and it's actually bent. The weight of it has just bent this a little bit, so we're gonna have to like tap that back into shape. Maybe get somebody to help you underneath. I think last time I did this, Ginny helped me, but now I've got 2 kids. It's a bit harder.
I'm just going round all the cuts here to remove any burrs with a file, and I had to spend a while hammering and shaping that corner which just bent itself out of shape when the panel dropped. And for some reason, removing the masking tape was a massive ball ache. It would not come off.
That was a very big problem. That, for the life of me, it's taken me about 40 minutes to get the tape off from around there. I don't know if it's just because the paintwork's old or what, but I could not get the tape off. It just left a load of residue. I ended up having to use one of those sticker wheel things and a load of elbow grease. The sun is going down so quick, I'm running out of time here. This is definitely going into darkness tonight. I'm going to key up the surfaces, put some Seeker primer on that exposed metal. Then I'm going to try fitting the rear skylight. Little bit of a key. Seeker 207 primer. Yes, we're getting somewhere now, people. Okay, they're both primed. I'm not doing the same method I used last time to mount the Maxx air fans. North Devon Camper Vans have changed their guidance on how to install these adapters. At the time of recording them, I followed their guidance to a T. However, they've changed their guidance, so I'm following that. And I'm now using that mastic tape, which should be a bit of a cleaner job for one, this stuff. We're going to apply it to the bottom side of the adapter, stick that down, turn it over, and then stick the skylight on top, and then clamp it in position and put my frame up underneath at the same time. That's the plan. I'm going to double layer this on this one. Right, okay, I have masticed 2 on the front and back, 1 on the sides. It's because it's cold outside, it's a good idea to get a little bit of heat into it. Where is my heat gun? Oh, there is a level of stress creeping in right now. Right, let's get this on the roof.
Doing my best here to get a really tight fit. I'm just working around, pushing it into the van, and then quick clean with some alcohol spray, getting the next layer of mastic tape on and heat gun on as well, and then getting the skylight into position.
Very much losing light. It's on-ish. Next step is to put the brackets in underneath. Little bit of Sikaflex on here. Right, Sikaflex on. That goes up there, like that. And then these go up there, like that, yes. And then that screws in there. That is the process. Right, I'm gonna hit the time lapse, see if we can get this buttoned up, and then we're gonna have to finish that one in the dark.
Here we go, let's get this smashed out. There's 3 or 4 brackets to each side. They need then screwing into the skylight and then into the wooden frame. Bish bash bosh, job is a good un.
It's in-ish, kind of. I need to give it one more tighten round, but I just want to let the Sikaflex go off for the inner frame. Probably should have screwed that frame back together and not done it in pieces, but you live and learn, we'll see. I can't actually believe I've still got that to do, and it is fully dark outside now. Having a bit of a production nightmare, low batteries, but I have drilled and primered all the holes. I've also drilled through the fan and the adapter here. I can now mastic tape these up, which in the instructions it says to do the adapter to the roof first and then the fan to the adapter. But because it's so dark, I'm going to do the fan to the adapter in here. So then hopefully we just get in, bang it on the roof, screw it together, is the theory. Ginny brought me a cup of tea. I should have known better to try and fit both of these in one day. I may look calm, I'm absolutely stressed out my brain. Probably don't even look that calm, to be fair. But come on, we can do this. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Here we go, mastic onto the adapter. Little bit of heat so that it sticks nicely. Make sure you give it a clean with some alcohol spray. On goes the mastic. Little bit more heat, then we can get the fan on, and then the last layer of mastic going on as well.
Yes, okay. Mastic tape is on. I just thumb these little joints. North Devon Camper Vans recommended just thumbing these over like that to get the mastic to stick to each other. Right, let's get this on the roof. Look at the pitch blackness, folks. Right, I've cleaned that. Just gonna dry it off. And I'm gonna heat up this mastic a little bit. And in she goes. In she goes. Is that in? That's in. Right, I'm going to bond the frame up on the inside, clamp that in place, and then we can screw it in. Done. I'm also just going to put a bit of this in the screw hole, I think.
Screws are going in here and then I'm just backing them off a little bit and then putting them back in nice and tight.
Yes! I'm going to sit quickly, prime the screw heads and the plastic around it, and then a little bit of white Sikaflex. Everybody last time said I went way too overkill on the Sikaflexing all of it, so we'll try it this way, and if it leaks, it leaks.
So Sika primer going on over every little screw, just around it as well, and then some white Sikaflex 522 just going on top of the screw head so that no water can get in. Top goes on and job's a good un.
Oh God, it's in. I'm not very happy with the Sikaflex, and I need to clean up the mastic in the light, but that's fine. This build is all about trying different techniques and different products, and as well as being a stealth build, so it's be interesting to see what this fan's like. It's interesting to see what using mastic's like, but yeah, let's have a quick look downstairs. There we go, so that is in, and this is now in. I'm going to check back with you when there is some sunlight and we can have a proper inspection of the quality of work. Reporting live and direct from the van at work. We've just had a huge downpour. This is the day after I fitted it, and I'm happy to report there is no leaks. from either the skylight or the fan. However, I'm going to drive home and that's going to be the real test. Come on, we're home and it's absolutely lashing it down outside. But have we got any leaks? Well, that one 100% dry as a bone, and then the skylight, which is the one I'm a bit more worried about, that is also 100% dry as a bone. Yes.
A new day, and ow, just stabbed myself with that knife. Skylight and vent have been thoroughly tested in terms of weather conditions. This week, not only did I decide to fit it in sub-zero conditions with ice forming on the roof, we also had absolute torrential rain on the way back from work the next day. We've also had snow here in the Peak District. So they have been thoroughly tested, and believe it or not, I don't know why I'm so surprised. I think it's because I'm a little bit, I'm not as confident using the mastic tape. We haven't had any leaks. Not one leak, which is, you know, it's always satisfying to know. And to be honest, I've got to thank North Devon Camper Vans for those adapters, because they make such a difference in getting it to fit nice and close. Zero leaks here, as you can see, all nice and dry. I've got this on just to test fit to make sure it fitted, because I was a bit worried that the wooden frame wouldn't allow it to fit, which it does. And yeah, the skylight is looking good as well. On the roof, first of all, this thing has been chattering all week on the way to work. Let's get that off. I just wanted to have a quick look and show you in the light what it actually looks like. I just need to trim off some of this mastic tape, but actually it's come out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Again, this skylight, I just need to trim off these little bits of mastic tape, but it's not leaking. I'm so happy. I was very worried about it not fitting right, doing it at night in the bloody minus whatever, ice forming all over the roof. It was sketchy up here. I didn't know quite how to finish that any neater than just dabbing it around it. I don't think it wants cutting off too. It's very sticky. Like, I almost don't want to take it off too close. I don't know why, but like, I don't want to agitate it. I just found a drill bit I left up here. Get rid of that. There we go. Look how light it is in here now. Really bright space to say I've not got one window in here, except the skylight, obviously. But no side windows. It's nice. It's good. Opening and closing. Inside, you just twist that and then push it forward. That brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to click here if you want to watch another build video. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you've got any questions about what I've done, just drop them in the comments, or over on Instagram, @BuckLifeOfficial, drop me a DM. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.